Hello all. A bit more light up for this. I'm back again. The time is 6:35 on Sunday, March the 6th, 2016. I'll just do a quick evaluation of my trip last night down to the Sydney Mardi Gras and compare it when I went down also to the Sydney New Year's Eve party. I'll basically state right this: the two are entirely different. Two massive parades in Sydney are entirely different. I far prefer the New Year's Eve party, which is a lot more decent and a lot more acceptable. But the Mardi Gras last night, it was unbelievable. Full of pornography, denigrating circumstances, and wickedness. There's topless women walking through the streets of Sydney, men doing sexual acts, or not actually doing sexual acts, but they were actually mimicking sexual acts in the streets of Sydney, and it was reclusive. It was really something which was not here ever before. Nothing like the Mardi Gras was at first when it started. It was a riot and a race. And I went to it long before with Fred Nile many years ago, back in the late 70s, early 80s. It was altogether different. This encompassed the whole of the city, not just a one little part, but the whole of the city. People everywhere. Security was quite good. There's police everywhere, and there's no problems. But the state of the city is turning into a cesspit. New Year's Eve, entirely different. New Year's Eve, a lot of music, entertainment, and funfair. New Year's Eve was quite okay. Also, another analysis I can do. I come across a couple of people from Rio in Brazil at the thing. They were shocked. They were trying to compare it with the Carnival in Rio. Nothing like that. Carnival in Rio is the sort of thing we need in Sydney. Not a blinking Mardi Gras with a bunch of homosexuals doing perverted acts in the main street. This God's wrath will come upon the city, and this will bring the whole city down. This is wickedness in God's eyes. So it's my duty to tell all this and to push this across. This is unbelievable. That is what's bringing in money, and money is the cause of this. And freedom. Freedom's okay. Freedom's good. We all want freedom. But when it goes too far, freedom goes too far, it turns into totalitarianism. And also it brings in all forms of lice. So I can basically state this from a church person, from a Christian. Sydney is becoming the hot seat of Satan, alongside with San Francisco and other cities of the past. But Sydney is being the very hot seat of Satan. I actually saw in the parks two men dressed up as the devils in suits mimicking the devil, and mimicking. One man looked as though he was trying to have anal sex with him. That is definitely out of this world. That should not be allowed. Other than that, the play was very well organised. There's police everywhere, and the crowds were quite respectable. But I didn't stay. I left early. I saw what I needed to see. I mixed what I needed to mix. I didn't want to stay till the end of the night. I just stayed for about 9 o'clock. Then I had to come back to Newcastle, which is a 3-hour trip in the train. So I come back to Newcastle, and I'm going to put a report in to the people who read my blog. I have a duty now to speak out against this, and the churches as a whole have a duty to bring against this, to come against this. This is Sodom and Gomorrah all over again, and God's wrath will come upon it. I have nothing else to say. Nothing else to say. And I will not remove myself from that opinion, now or ever. Thank you very much, and bye for now. Yours, John.